We cannot do another pandemic. Yo. As soon as I read the title, bro, I'm reacting to this. Y'all telling me we're having another COVID-19? Hell no, bro. Yo, we're not having Hantavirus 26. Okay. Or whatever code you're gonna use. Hantavirus XQ or whatever. Oh, not XQC. Shout out to him though, you know what I'm saying?
To take yourself back to a certain date in 2020. March 13th. 2020. I should add that this mostly applies to people in America. You woke up that Friday morning like every other Friday of that year. Dragged yourself out of bed to the bathroom to prepare yourself either for school or for work. While in school, your friend looks at you and says,
"Yo, Uzi dropped a turn-on take. You gotta listen to that."
You listen to it while in class to see if it is really hard, and indeed it is. This would be Lil Uzi's last good album, but you don't know that. As the day starts to end in school, the principal comes on the PA system and lets everyone know, due to a little virus called COVID-19, school would be closed for 2 weeks. You cheer with your friends, hyped that you're basically getting a week break in the middle of the year for free, not knowing what it will turn into. If you worked a job, you either got an email from your employer that the company would be switching to remote work temporarily, or you got an email that you were fired and to get out immediately. This little virus would then turn into one of the worst pandemics to happen in over a century. And after it ended, the world all promised itself that we'd be prepared and this shouldn't happen.
Bro, big people die, bro. Okay. I know Chadwick Boseman, he had cancer, bro. Okay. I don't know if he died like during this year. Man, yo. And then Kobe, nah, bro. Like they got, oh my god, bro.
Happen not only in our century, but many to come.
Health officials world are racing to contain a deadly outbreak of hantavirus that's linked to this cruise ship in the Atlantic.
Hantavirus? Yo, stop it.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of it by now, we're having another bit of a virus issue around the world. Even not including COVID, it seems like every couple of—
Okay, who created the hantavirus? I'm not assuming, but like, don't tell me it's Africa, bro. And I'm not assuming again, but don't tell me it's the Chinese. Okay, where the virus came from? It had to came from somewhere, right? Did it came from people that eat fast food? Because we all do eat fast food.
Always a virus panic hitting the whole world. In the 2010s, you had the Ebola pandemic, which happened in Africa, but cases spread all over the world. The most racist swore if they interacted with an African person, they would get it and die next week. I gotta admit though, that Ebola song did kind of go hard. You had the measles outbreak in 2019, where a record amount of people were getting it around the world. In America, New York got hit the most, and there were 1,200 cases across 31 states. Crazy how this didn't matter, because next year's virus would make that outbreak look like a little cakewalk. And now the newest panic we have is this virus called the Hantavirus. Here's some info. Hantavirus has been a thing since the 1950s and was fully identified by a doctor in 1978. There's been cases everywhere under the sun since it got identified. It's spread by the worst creatures we know, of course, rodents. And you get it by inhaling their waste in the air or by directly touching it. Don't know why the f you'd be directly touching rat. At that point, you just ask for the death sentence. I don't feel bad. And it's only supposed to be from rodent to human until cases started happening from human to human. They called it the Andes version of the virus.
Human?
And the first—
Yo, no. I gotta buy a mask. I gotta buy those freaking masks. Yo, I'm buying spacesuit mask. No, spacesuit that they wear in the freaking outer space. I'm telling me human to human. Are you kidding me? Nah, but I ain't touching anyone. Pause. Alright? I had to say it before y'all clip this.
Case was identified in 1995 of someone getting it from human contact. It happens here and there, but it's way more rare than getting it directly from rats yourself. So you may be wondering why everyone's panicking about it. Well, we can fully blame this dumbass who decided to make a video talking about a hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship he went on. His name is Jake Rosemartin, and he decided to go on a cruise with a bunch of other people from different countries. Not knowing that a couple had the virus, they brung it on the ship and all hell broke. 3 people died on the ship from it, and one of the doctors got sick treating someone. So with him panicking because everyone got told to quarantine until further notice, he made an update to the outside world talking about his experience.
I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but I feel like I need to say something, so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hondius, and what's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people with families, with lives.
Now the whole world is very scared. Why would you do this? And, you know, hopefully you're doing alright, but it's like, Why would you tell this to the whole world?
No one would have known about this that much if he didn't make the video, but now that's all anyone's worried about. People aren't over a little world-stopping moment from 5 to 6 years.
Like, bro, it's okay. Like, if everybody would know there's something, that's something. But it's like, bro, you caused millions of people getting scared, bro. According to this guy, bro. Okay.
Years ago and don't want it again. It doesn't even take just this. Everyone was panicking when they announced a new strain of COVID like monkeypox. In a way, the whole world has World War II soldier PTSD on anything happening. Instead of hearing a helicopter and having a heart attack thinking you're in the war field, we hear a new virus dropped and have PTSD of Among Us and those TikToks of which room you would sleep in the hardest. And also the lines he
Yo, I feel like this is worse than World War III if it's gonna come. You're telling me virus, telling me you're gonna get it from another person. I mean, the COVID, like, you get it from another person, but like cough, I don't know. Okay, but then, bro, this, how you gonna get it from the other person? Would you shake their hands? Would you like touch? Oh, yeah, better not be doing the, if I lose in this game, I'm gonna touch the part of your body YouTube videos. That better not be that.
and the videos, what's really pissing people off. It's a story where people with families.
Yeah, bro, the way he said it, I'm like, bro, are you imitating the guy from Squid Game season? Yo, that was very sad, bro. When that guy say we're not horses, we are humans, man, that was very sad, bro. But like, why this guy was imitating him though? Like, as if we are going through the purge.
Lives and friends. Like that isn't everyone in the world. Are y'all the only ones with families and friends? No one even knew about the headlines of story until you made this video, buddy. People's first reaction to hearing the story was saying a couple of things. One being, do not dock the Pope because we don't want it to spread even more. Other people said just dock it at one country and don't let them leave until it's solved. There's also people saying, f it, 150 people versus a potential 8 billion person pandemic with a disease that's a 40% fatality rate, might I add, and can lay dormant in you without you knowing for weeks. In the wise words a man once said,
he's rapping now.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
No, bro, this guy is so funny. Nuke the whole generation, bro. That would be forever funny, but like, please don't nuke the whole generation. Okay, that's it. Like, bro, what if I'm doing a video and suddenly a bomb has dropped on me? Yo, should I say this?
About to get so mad at me, and I know I don't post like this. I usually would post on my other page, but like, truthfully, sink the ship. Sink the ship, okay?
Sink the ship. Sink it. I don't care. I've seen enough.
Okay.
Sink the fucking ship.
I better sink that ship like it's a game of Battleship. F2, hit. I'm not even trying to be insensitive, but we cannot do this right now. We cannot do this right now.
it seems like the general public is taking this well. The PTSD people have over COVID is beyond what people could think. If you said this pre-2020, people would have thought you were crazy and a bad person. But now there's a lot of people saying they genuinely don't care, whatever it takes to stop a potential pandemic. And even though scientists and health organizations are saying it's a low chance to turn into another COVID, didn't y'all say that last time? If there was some horrible scenario where it did somehow turn into a pandemic, this would be way worse. A 40% fatality rate is diabolical. You got a 4 in 10
Yo, genuinely, bro, imagine we're all quarantined again. What would happen to the supermarkets? Like, oh my god, what happened to the unemployed, bro? I mean, I am unemployed. Okay, please pray for me. Okay. But it's like, what would happen like to people with jobs? That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Like, what happened? Like, what happened in everything, bro? As soon as I heard this, I'm like, nah, bro, let me click this video. Let me see what Tommy and FG is yapping about.
chance of dying. With COVID, unless if you were really old or really young, you didn't have to worry about it too much and could tank it. This would be a damn near mass extinction event in every country and there's still no cure. There's also other reasons I wouldn't want it to be a pandemic, at least in the US. There will be zero safety precautions set here. People could barely handle the last lockdown and were going insane every day. And obviously, while it sucked for everyone, it was for a reason. This time, people are just gonna keep going outside every day and passing it like no tomorrow. We can guarantee there wouldn't be a lockdown order even if it was needed. We barely got one last time. The president was forced to do it by his team because people were dropping every day. And also, bleach didn't work as a cure.
Get the right folks who could. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute.
This was during
1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or?
Yeah, lockdown order or not, if I see thousands of dropping a day, my ass is staying inside. And even if there was a vaccine released, people wouldn't trust it and wouldn't take it. They think it's some secret plot to have everyone's blood in.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. If this pandemic come, bro, okay, I'ma stay inside and then I'ma yap to y'all, though. I'ma yap, okay? Like, whatever happened, just comment. I'm gonna reply to you. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna stream all day. The world is ending.
Injected with Satan's and at his will activate your chip and have you walk yourself to the pits of hell. People took one COVID vaccine and were doing the most, acting like their whole life was over and they never recovered. There was people faking that they had permanent violent seizures because of it. It would be kind of funny if there did so happen to be a pandemic and certain people don't trust the vaccine released, because this ain't like COVID. It's a 40% fatality rate. Your ass is just gonna die. Those 60-year-old MAGA boomers are gonna drop.
Because bro, you are gonna touch people, like, because you know we're all like, we walk outside and then people like they come in, you know, like they, bro, yeah, I know what I'm trying to say, but I cannot speak because of this coronavirus, whatever, Hennessy virus.
We also definitely are not getting COVID checks like last time. You're gonna have to thug it out, and if you
Just
can't
thug
make
it
it
out.
and you don't have a job, it was a fun life for you, I guess. It's not like the check would do much though. Right now in this state of the economy and around the world, we have certain problems going in certain parts of the world. Like people literally would not be able to afford to go through it again. At least pre-COVID, the economy was in decent shape. You can guarantee though, someone's boss is gonna say no to remote work and tell them they have to come in. Something also that would be annoying is having to get used to social interactions again. Everyone was low-key anti-social after the lockdown orders were lifted because we were inside for so long. You had to learn how to communicate again.
Yo, they'd be like, yo, 20 feet away from me. 20 feet, no, 100 feet away from me. You wanna speak to me? Scream, bro. So everybody gonna have microphones like this, but like, you know, those loud microphones. Hey, what are you talking about? Like, come on. Okay, this world is crazy.
Because it just felt weird. Maybe some people did better, but I know for me, it was rough. Transitioning from being on Discord all day with the homies playing games, not touching a speck of sunlight, to driving places and hanging out in public was a bit of an adjustment. Some people say they still ain't recovered since back then. Yeah, if you still think you're recovering from your anti-socialness from COVID, you're probably just antisocial. It would also be horrible for the youth considering how much they got held back from it. Everyone older in Gen Z just barely made it out. Only 30% of Gen Alpha kids can read proficiently currently. Throwing them in another lockdown in their childhood is gonna be a death sentence. They might end up being the most failed generation by society's problems. I got hit by COVID in my junior/senior year, but at least I can say growing up through my core development years, I was good. I couldn't imagine my first time trying to learn the ABCs was through a Zoom class. This time they're gonna have AI too, so all the kids are gonna cheat on their assignments. The methods people used to
Yo, I feel like it's gonna be worse. Because think about it, right, boy, some Gen Alphas, they be relying on ChatGPT so much and everything, right? Or maybe like they don't learn so much, they cannot spell and everything. But imagine the quarantine. Like, I feel like it would be worse.
Have to do in 2020 to cheat were absurd. We became scientists in our own ways. People would pre-record them doing work on Zoom when they were sleeping. This fat guy in my gym class in high school decided to pre-record himself working out and just played it on loop to pass his class. That fat guy totally wasn't me or anything.
It better not be you, bro, okay?
People would smear Vaseline on their cameras and tell the teacher the camera was broken so they could cheat. You don't need to do all that. Now that we got ChatGPT, it'll do the work for you. I do remember those Zoom times.
Why do I feel like it's gonna be easy at the same time for Gen Alphas,
at least 7 times through the year.
I'll
end it off with some positive news though. The reason why health organizations and governments are saying this won't be COVID 2.0 is because they have decades of research on this compared to COVID-19 that was brand new. So the world isn't starting with zero information on it and have to rush and figure out what to do. Also, since it's been contained to this one ship, it isn't jumping from hundreds of people to hundreds of people like before. If you were in the vicinity of someone with COVID, as you know, your fate to get it was guaranteed. I'll never forget the one time I got it. It was from one of my dumbass homies who decided to pull up to the group meet with it without telling any of our friends, and he gave it to literally everyone there. With Hantavirus, it's mainly people with romantic partners who get it or being around someone who's sick with it. So if you're alone,
yo, that would make sense, bro. That would make boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. Nah, bro, it makes sense. What if y'all doing the business? Okay, and y'all get it. Like, bro, I don't know, maybe you cooked. Okay.
So if you're lonely and get no play, pat yourself on the back. You may have just prevented yourself from dying. Who knew being a loser would save me and you? COVID also spread way faster than this, so we would see a lot more cases if it wasn't like it. I remember waking up and checking COVID cases. It would go from 3 to 10 to 200 to 1,000 to 10,000. And technically a mutation could happen to the virus and a new one could pop up. But most studies show when a virus gets mutated, it either stays the same or turns into nothing. At least hopefully that's the case, or
I don't know why I did that.
Humanity's in for one hell of an extinction event. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Everyone stay safe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
All of y'all stay safe, you know what I'm saying? If the virus will come, okay? What is the name? Hennessy virus? I don't really care the name, bro, okay? All of y'all stay safe, bro. As soon as as soon as I say COVID, as soon as this virus comes in, bro, I'm gonna be alone, bro. I'm gonna be alone on my computer all day. I don't care, bro, okay? I'm gonna talk to y'all though, cause you know it's all of y'all is the one I got. Y'all know. If the pandemic comes and y'all don't see me, bro, it seems like I met God. Okay, really for watching this. Please subscribe, okay? I really appreciate it. Thank you.